Now that's facts. Rookies making plays, you gotta see. Mel talking picks. The draft OG. Thug Rose drawing blood in the octagon. Knicks fans out here yelling bang bong. Highlights and game nights. Got a remote. I'm gonna stream another episode of the
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to our nation's capital at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. The enthusiasm for football here on the East Coast all over the These folks are ready as their guys get set to match up with the Kansas City Chiefs. Here's the defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
We're back in Las Vegas where our aerial coverage is provided by Goodyear. It takes drive to reach the next destination. Goodyear, more driven. So the Panthers are on the clock and the quarterbacks are still on the board and they're likely to be there for a while. This according to our draft predictor, which we use mock drafts and scouting grades and team needs. We estimate the chances that a player will be available at number 11 is a 98% chance that when Washington picks, one of these quarterbacks is available. The Saints pick at 16 and 19, and then the Steelers at number 20. And thus, that suggests, Mel, that to take a quarterback here would be a reach indeed for the Carolina Panthers. What do you think?
I agree. 17 and 18 is where I have Malik Willis and Kenny Pickett. And I think you look at the offensive tackles, you have right now Ike Ekwonu at number 2 on the big board. Evan Neal in that top 5-6 area. Same thing with Charles Cross right after. So these 3 offensive tackles have high grade. You're picking at 6. You got to get somebody inside your top 5 on your board. And if they have one of the quarterbacks, fine. That's their opinion. I disagree with it. We'll see what happens. But certainly offensive tackle, the issue. Sam Darnold's your quarterback, right? The offensive line was bad. They didn't have McCaffrey. They added Austin Corbett, Bradley Bozeman. They still need the left tackle. That's the position. They could use a pass rusher like Jermaine Johnson second. But you can only get one pick here, guys. So you got to help Sam Darnold out, help that offensive line out. You added Bozeman and Corbett. Now get Ike Ekwonu, Evan Neal, or Charles Cross, whoever they prefer those 3. My pick would be Ike Ekwonu. I love him.
Yeah, man, I agree with you. I think this is way too high for a quarterback. They can go get us right. It's going to be a while for him. If you're the Carolina Panthers, you know Matt Rule's got to save his job. I think you have to go with the best tackle on the board. Whether that's Neal or Ekwonu, I think it's Ekwonu.
Yeah, it's all about value, right? That's trying to maximize value.
Every one of these offensive tackles on the board, and you got a beast in Ekwonu sitting there staring you in the face.
The Panthers better make this pick count because they, as we speak right now, do not have a selection in either the second or the third round. They traded those to acquire Sam Darnold last year. So let's see what they do at number 6.
With the 6th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Carolina Panthers select Ikem Ekwonu, tackle, North Carolina State.
Ikem Ekwonu equally dominant in both the run game and the passing game, and all sorts of variety. Played guard, too, early in his time in Raleigh. Was a unanimous All-American at left tackle this past year. Athletic family. His dad is a 6'6" doctor who played college basketball in Nigeria. Mom was a high school track star. His fraternal twin plays linebacker at Notre Dame. Super smart young man at offers from Harvard and Yale. And Mel, he lasted all the way to number 6. It's a bit of a surprise for who might be the best player in the draft.
I think he's right up there. I had 2 on the big board behind Aiden Hutchinson. I'll tell you, you talk about entertaining offensive tackles to watch. The history of me doing this, which is about 45 years, this kid was right up near the top of the list. He just destroyed people. He played an aggressive brand of football. He played after whistle. This kid really came ready to play every week. The improvement was as a pass blocker. We knew he could drive defenders off the ball, take them out of the stadium. We knew that. Could he protect the quarterback? Could he mirror and pass protection? He's a great technician this year. He mirrored. He showed tremendous ability, keeping his range between the defensive end and the quarterback. That improvement signaled to me he can be a great pro right away. He's got long arms, 6'4", 3'10", ran 4.93. The technician he is this year, he became. I got to credit the coaching staff. They really turned him from last year to this year into a much better player, a complete player. Dominant run blocker became a dominant pass blocker, which meant he soared up to near the top of the big board.
Look, you have an offensive tackle That tells you two things when he's in high school. He wrestled and ran track team, and he's an offensive tackle now. I'm going, okay, now you're a pretty good athlete. Then you combine it with the fact that you're right. In the run game, it's just fun. If you just want to turn on tape and burn a couple hours, just watch it get wild. Go ahead and run block. You're right, though, Mel. The pass protection, when he keeps his head back, he's not up on his toes. He doesn't get out over his toes. The punch timing is there. He will shut down anyone. You watch me against Florida State go against Jermaine Johnson in the second. He was getting after him. And we all believe Jermaine Johnson is one of the most technically sound pass rushers in this draft. Watch best on best. He showed up. Look, I think for Carolina right now, they're going to eat a lot of hot dogs, have a lot of dinner down there in Carolina. They're not going to pick for a while. Have some fun. You got yourself a beat in this young man. And I want to applaud Scott Goodwin on that rule, because it would have been easy to reach for a quarterback they need. When your former son, Sam Darnold, he struggled down there a little bit. But at some point, they made the best pick, Brady. They got the best player. So I'm going to applaud Carolina. They didn't take the cheese. They didn't take the bait. They took the best player and not the best quarterback.
By the way, we've mentioned that the corner goes by the nickname of Icky. A coach gave him that nickname because he said he looked like Icky Woods. And now the big fella's going to do the Icky shuffle, a very short distance. He's just going from Raleigh to Charlotte to play for the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah, look, I mean, how many times, especially when we get in late November, December, we start watching the NFL, we see offensive lines just obliterated.
Correct, yeah.
We just know that that's what you have to have. Right. When you have the fifth worst pass block win rate in the NFL, it's kind of easy, right? It's easy. With such an offensive tackle, doesn't even pick it.
And so the Giants. It's a good time for us to take a glance at Mel's best available players, which is brought to you by Courtyard by Marriott. And again, it's been a fascinating night. The Giants have already made a selection of Kayvon Thibodeau. So with the Giants on the clock, let's take a look at Mel's best available players. You have the safety out of Notre Dame, Kyle Hamilton. You have another offensive tackle, Evan Neal. That's the direction we thought maybe the Giants would go earlier. We've not yet seen the wide receivers go off the board, Wilson and London. And so, Mel, you talked about packaging the two picks together, if you will. The Giants going at 5 and 7. They took Thibodeau, perhaps afraid that someone else would steal him, maybe knowing that the offensive tackle they wanted, maybe they'd be happy with either one of them that wound up sitting at their spot at 7.
Exactly, and here you're thinking about Daniel Jones. Sam Darnold now has Hickman coming in, right, along with Corbin and Bozeman, help that offensive line, which was not good at Carolina. McCaffrey got hurt. They were 3-0 till McCaffrey went down. So now they get McCaffrey healthy, helps the line, helps Sam Darnold. Then about Daniel Jones, this is the year that he asteroids put it all together. Everything's going wrong around them. We've talked about that. I still believe in Daniel Jones. A lot of people don't. I do. And I think the offensive line now, you address that right tackle. Scott Thomas is developing a left tackle. It seems like they've liked Charles Cross through the process. Evan Neal's there, who's already started right tackle. Left tackle. But an offense that never ran the play. Ran one of the fewest of anybody in college football. Cross or Neal, in my opinion, I Cross at 12, Neal a little higher, like them both.
So the offensive tackles are sitting there for the Giants. They seem to address that need every year. Is that the direction they go? We'll find out now. The Giants' second pick in these first 7. And here's the commissioner.
With the 7th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the New York Giants select Evan Neal, tackle, Alabama.
The Giants fans sound happy, and they should be. Evan Neal started 40 games at 3 different positions at Bama, including 13 as a guard as a freshman. Then he moved to right tackle, then left. So versatility, a big part of the appeal. He was the number 4 ranked player in the country coming out of high school in his home state of Florida. And Mel, he fully lived up to the hype at Alabama.
He really did as a left tackle. He had started, though, at right tackle, and that might have been the reason why you go Neal over a guy like Charles Cross. I had Neal at 5, Cross at 12, Cross at left tackle. Neal has played right tackle and guard as well as left tackle. He can plug and play in the right tackle and finish that spot. He did a heck of a job. The one issue with Evan Neal, bends in the waist a little at times. It bothers me. I think he'll overextend a little bit in pass protection. I think when you look at working through that, if he does, I think he can become a heck of a player in the NFL. I like the fact that he's got that multi-dimensional talent where he started 3 different spots. This kid started 40 games in his career. Left tackle, I thought he did a really good job. When everything was sound, now he'll play to the whistle, some not beyond it. I think he's got to pick up that a little bit, get a little more fire, consistently in the NFL. But I think when you look at the ability to handle that right tackle spot 2 years ago, he proved it, guard early on. He's done it all for Alabama, for Nick Saban. What work did you do? Start at 3 different spots. They excel at 3 different spots. And obviously, when you get about the Giants, he's going to have to be a rookie standout at right tackle with Thomas at left tackle. Now you have the bookends. Now, like you say, no more excuses. Keep everybody healthy. Keep everybody out there on the field. And let's see if Daniel Jones can get the job done.
So let's step back, Lewis, and look at it in perspective. The 2 picks, the Giants with the 2 picks in the top 7. They take Thibodeau at 5, and they take Neal here. How do we think they did?
Well, look, like I said, with Thibodeau, it's going to be about playing at that pace and at that tempo that you showed when you were young, when you were aggressive, when you were healthy. Where I said, hey, look, don't play any more football. You'll be the #1 overall pick. With Evan Neal, it's kind of interesting, right? Because now that Andrew Thomas has come on, and he came on this year, and he started to show why they drafted him when they had to pick up all the tackles in his draft year, and they drafted him. Now, I'll tell you this, Evan Neal, you're right. 2 years ago, playing right tackle, I remember watching him in the SEC championship game against Florida. He was a shutdown right tackle. He looked comfortable over there. Footwork looked comfortable. At 6'7", his pad level looked better over there. His pass protection looked better. He kept his shoulders back. He punched on time. I mean, he looked like a guy who really was ideally suited for that side of the football. So to me, look, the Giants historically have built their football teams that way, right? When they were winning championships, they dominated on the offensive line with a run game, strong play-action passing game. This guy is perfect in that regard, and they got after you as far as rushing the passer in the days of Strahan and Ossie and those guys. That's what they need.
And Lewis, I think you always say simply this: how we're going to build our team, front to back, inside out. And Green, I need to check and see if Dave Gettleman is still the GM, because this seems like a Gettleman draft. Big people, a defensive end, and an offensive lineman. We're going to build it up front, getting value, getting best player on the board. In order to move the football or stop people, you have to do it up front. You have to be able to block these great edge rushers. Trayvon Walker was #1. Aiden Hutchinson was #2. The NFL is telling you, we're coming after your quarterback. You can't block him, we will destroy your offense. So good by the Giants.
Yeah, I mean, now the most important part of the whole team building process is now about the commits. So Brian Daboll, it's on you. Right? Wink Martindale, it's on you to now take these guys and develop and utilize them. Because, like you said, look, Dave Gettleman drafted these positions. It just didn't work. So now you guys have to make it work.
I'll say this, too. There was a moment in time in January where we thought that Kayvon Thibodeau and Evan Neal might be the first 2 picks in this draft, and the Giants get them at 5 and 7. I think a good start for the Giants. As far as Atlanta is concerned, they are next. I'm told the pick is in. We've not seen any wide receivers go off the board yet, and the Falcons most certainly need them. Matt Ryan, of course, has been traded to Indianapolis. The Falcons received a 3rd-round pick this year for their longtime standout quarterback, and they really struggled to find production at the receiver position last year, particularly with the circumstances surrounding Calvin Ridley, who has been suspended at least through this entire season. Kyle Pitts, whom they took at #4 overall last year, by far their most productive weapon. Mel, very quickly, what do we expect to see here as we wait for the commissioner?
So wide receiver we talked about with Garrett Wilson, Ohio State, Drake London, and Jameson Williams. Then you think about a pass rush like Jermaine Johnson second. And you think about, will they take a quarterback? I wouldn't, but there's always been that talk about Atlanta, Seattle. But I think wide receiver and a pass rusher, they can go any direction. This team's got a lot of holes.
You know, it's an interesting circumstance. The division, Tom Brady is back there. The Saints have 2 picks coming up tonight. The Falcons feel like a team that's rebuilding. They could look in almost any direction.
Yeah, they sure could. Look, they've been one of the worst pass-rushing teams in the NFL, but they are devoid of talent wide receiver. It's got to be one of those 2 spots.
No doubt. Wide receiver, you talk about Garrett Wilson. And defensive end, we can go Jermaine Johnson. One of those 2 bring out.
We're going to find out right now. Here's Roger Goodell for the 8th pick.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin.
With the 8th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Atlanta Falcons select Drake London, wide receiver, USC.
What an athlete this young man is. 6'5" out of the LA area. Caught 88 balls in 8 games last year before he broke his ankle and missed the rest of the season. Chose USC because he wanted to play basketball as well as football, and he did appear in several games for the basketball team. So there's no question about the size, Lewis, or the athleticism.
Yeah, they're going to need all, because think of it like this: the Falcon wide receivers combined for the fewest receiving yards last season in the NFL. and then Russell Gage leaves in free agency. You think they need Drake London? Yeah, they need somebody out there, and I'll tell you this, he is quarterback friendly because of that frame and because of how he can go up and get the ball even when he is contested. The late great Vincent Jackson formerly of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Chargers is a guy who I respected greatly. That's who Drake London reminds me of. And just watch some of these plays as far as his ability to go up and play basketball and just take it off of the cornerback's head. Just watch Vincent Jackson back in his day. Was one of the very best at doing it. It looks exactly the same. The back shoulder fake, you throw it up high, back shoulder. I'll go up over top of the guy and I'll take it. Here, down in the red zone, the catch radius down here. We said that this is a red zone league, a third down league, a 2-minute league. It doesn't matter what you do to him. This is perfect coverage right here. I'll just one-hand it and pull it in with one hand. I'm not even going to put two hands on it. Now watch Vincent Jackson do this. Watch this. This play, this is just ridiculous. Watch. It's the same catch. One-handed back shoulder. But we have the best tech package fielders in all of the game. They find these snaps. I don't know where they find them. I don't know what kind of life they have. I don't know if all they do is watch tape. But, I mean, that's ridiculous. What a great pick for the Atlanta Falcons.
Here's my one concern, Mel Kiper. When you're making contested catches in college, that means we're not getting separation. And so if the contested catches in college, how does that translate to the NFL? We talked about that with KJ Arcega-Whiteside from Stanford. He couldn't separate in college. He couldn't separate the NFL. So that's my question, Mel, about Drake London. Can this kid separate in the NFL?
Mel?
I'm going to scream at you just like Lewis was the other day when I said, hey, Kenny Pickett, Colt McCoy, and Lewis screamed at me when I gave him the multiple puts. Don't give me J.J. Arcega-Whiteside when you look at Drake London, but Drake London is a guy who's 6'4", has got incredibly long arms, 5 points ball. He had 16 in October in back-to-back games, guys. He had 16 catches against Utah. Pretty good defensive backs on that team, one of which will be a high pick next year. And then he had 15 catches the following week against Notre Dame, okay? And that's the only guy in the history of that program that had over 15 catches twice in this season. Drake London, incredibly productive. You think about going through the process, wasn't healthy, a fractured ankle, then a hamstring. But I think the Falcons, I thought the Jets would be the ideal fit for Drake London. Now Garrett Wilson's there. Drake London goes to Atlanta. Team him with Kyle Pitts, and you got something for Marcus Mariota to the size and the mismatch those two kids can provide.
USC has sent a bunch of good receivers to the NFL recently. Nelson Aguilar was the last one to go in round 1 in 2015. Now Drake London goes number 8 overall. We continue in just a moment. They're coming fast and furious in Vegas. It's the draft on ESPN.
First down, Fitzpatrick.
This is the 2022 NFL Draft, presented by Courtyard by Marriott.
3 timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
Embrace the chaos. No, yes, it's true.
From the red zone now, Fitzpatrick.
This is going to be the best year
This is
ever.
taken in for a Washington touchdown.
Trying to change the world.
As the first half is winding down.
Unfortunately, we'll be in this game.
Extra point away from tying
It's
this
like we're
game.
saying something we're not supposed to be saying.
Extra point by Sly is up and good.
You really can't get much from this
Tied here in the second quarter.
Is that a real song?
I think she liked it.
Your choice of sandwich plus all this for just $5 is where we celebrate. Choose wisely. Choose Rainey's Biggie Bag.
The score as the kicks away.
$5 billion easy. Live the adventure at home.
Hang on, kids.
So we will start here at the 25.
You still with me? Barely.
Uncharted. Watch it now on digital.
Hey, fellas.
We've got a song. It's about your food. It has spray-on flavor and powdered meat. It's time for fresh food that belongs in the fridge next to our food. Now, who's hungry? Fresh Pat.
Great news from Rocket Mortgage. You can unlock more cash than you realize from your home's equity with a cash-out refinance today. In the last year, average home values have gone up nearly 20%. And with Rocket Mortgage, you can unlock thousands in less than 3 weeks. Make those updates. Create your dream home. But you've got to act right now before rates go up. So when you're looking to unlock the cash in your home, Rocket Care. Call 8338-ROCKET today or go to rocketmortgage.com to get started.
So, people can get a free Samsung Galaxy S22 when they trade in a Galaxy.
Any year, any condition.
Oh, I get it. So you can take your old phone that you've had for 12 years and loved every minute of and trade it in for something new that suits your life now?
That's right, yeah.
Then enjoy immediate success, even though you'll never forget your old phone.
It's a great trade.
Get a free Samsung Galaxy S22 with any Galaxy trade. Any year, any condition. Only at AT&T.
When you join iHop's new rewards program, the International Bank of Pancakes, stacking pan coins toward free food, you get a smile on your plate. Download the app and join the rewards program today.
When he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day. Now a second down and 6. They'll go again with Gibson. And this time not quite to the 30, only down at the 31-yard line. 110 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here.
Welcome back to the first round of the National Football League draft on ESPN, where you're in Las Vegas. The picks have come quickly tonight. We've already gone through 8 selections, and the Seattle Seahawks are on the clock with a pick they acquired from Denver in a trade for their longtime star quarterback, Russell Wilson. We began the evening talking about star players changing places. Perhaps the biggest name of them all was Russell Wilson, which many people perceive this, Lewis, to be a sign that the Seahawks are going into a full rebuild. But their coach, Pete Carroll, has suggested he doesn't see it that way at all, and so some work to do tonight beginning at number 9.
Yeah, look, Pete is never going to say it's a full rebuild, right? But I think what Pete is going to want to do is really build his team in the manner in which gave them the most success early back, in 2010, 11, 12, which was we had a dominant running game. We had to make sure the offensive line was great because I want to be able to physically impose my will on defenses and pass rush. Those are the two things, right? I mean, that's common amongst all teams, but that truly is a Pete Carroll way of building a team, and that's why I expect your offensive line makes total sense here, especially with a guy like Charles Cross.
And simply put, Greeny, 21 different offensive line combinations. Dwayne Brown, still a free agent, got to scream offensive tackle here.
Certainly feels like a possibility. There are quite a few good defensive players remaining on the board. The receivers still sitting there, not convinced that's the position of need for Seattle. We'll find out. It's the beginning of a new era for the Seahawks, and here's their first selection of this year's draft.
With the 9th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Seattle Seahawks select Charles Cross, tackle, Mississippi State.
A game there of 30 big ones.
And so the 3 big tackles go in the first 9 picks. Cross started more than 20 games at left tackle in his career, allowed just 1 sack this past year as a redshirt sophomore on a Mike Leach team that threw over 700 passes. Pro Football Focus graded him out ahead of Evan Neal, who was drafted earlier tonight, of course. Further, Charles Cross plays with a feistiness and intensity.
Greeny, have you ever seen a bear dance? Have you ever seen a bear dance? If you haven't, when you watch the highlights, that's what it looked like. Mike Leach never met a pass that he didn't like. They threw the ball more than anybody in America. This young man has over 1,200 pass blocking reps. And you talk about the ability to mirror, Greeny. Can I follow the defensive end, go side to side? Greeny, there's your bear dancing. He can dance in front of these defensive ends and keep the elite guys off the quarterback. Now, how do I do it? Can I get back? Can I use my hands? Can I punch and re-punch? Keep the defensive ends away from you. That's the offensive line's weapon. It's the long arm. It's the length. It's the hands. The ability to give your quarterback time. Simply put, Greeny, he can run block, but he's built to pass block. They'll teach him how to get low and drive guys in the run game. But in a passing league, he is the best pass blocker in the draft.
Mel, the Seahawks allowed the highest pressure percentage in the NFL last season, so this clearly was an area of need. This was the last of the 3 big tackles, if you will, and Seattle grabs him at 9.
Yeah, I think the improvement as a run blocker, I think you'll see it once he's in the league, because the attitude, the free approach. They ran it fewer times than anybody in college football. So he's a pass blocker supreme, run blocking, getting that second level, making contact, doing those things. He'll work on that. He'll be fine. But certainly, I don't think Seattle expected Charles Cross necessarily to be there, a left tackle with that skill set. Drew Lock, it seems like, guys, they have confidence in him moving forward. We'll see. They may have liked him better coming out of college. Everybody else did. He was part of that trade. He He wasn't considered a throw-in. It's a guy they feel more comfortable with at quarterback than maybe a lot of people believe.
Now look, Charles Cross is an easy mover. About as fluid and as easy moving in terms of his movement patterns of any of these offensive tackles. It's funny to really kind of juxtapose him with Iggy Ekwonu. It's just raw anger. He just wants to smack you around and embarrass you. Yeah. Charles will finesse you a little bit. So which is interesting for me as far as Pete wanting to establish a line of scrimmage from a physical perspective. How are they going to get him to make sure they can tap into that and develop that along with what is superior pass blocking skills? That's what they need to do. But hey,
that's almost a mentality, right? Like, they got to change his mentality.
They just got to push the right button. Right. And pull it out of him consistently.
It's the first time since 2013 that 3 offensive tackles go in the top 10. And so now we circle back to the Jets. We mentioned the Jets and Giants would control this portion of the draft. The Jets went at number 4. They took Sauce Gardner, the cornerback out of Cincinnati. They have a variety of needs. This is a pick that they received from Seattle. A lot of trade movement here. This is a pick that they got for Jamal Adams. They're reaping the benefits of that deal with Seattle as that continues on. Again, the Seahawks have moved up in their deal with Denver for Russell Wilson. But so here are the Jets trying to build an offense now around a young quarterback who they took number 2 overall last year. Melson, let's go to you. The ways that you build an offense, wide receiver, offensive line, the 3 big tackles seem to be gone. How do you see this now for the Jets?
I would think to Garrett Wilson, Ohio State, if you want to wait a little bit on Jameson Williams, this is going to be the really interesting part of the first round, guys, to see where's the Alabama wide receiver who would have been in the top 5, probably top 7 at worst, had he not had that ACL in a national title game against Georgia. Jameson Williams will be back October, November. You got to wait on him a little bit, but he's a spectacular player. Do they go for Jameson? Do they take Garrett Wilson with the body control, ran under 4.4, had a heck of a season for Ohio State with C.J. Stroud. Jermaine Johnson, the second pass rushers on the board, but you already went to Sauce Gardner. Do you double up on defense? Do you help out Zach Wilson? I got to believe they help Zach. They need a receiver with some length. Wilson or Jameson, I think, here would make sense for the Jets.
Well, Lewis, how do you factor in the ACL? It is a player who will most likely not be available until sometime during the season.
Yeah, look, it's just a matter of whether or not you feel as though you can wait to get that return on investment. Is it okay for you to wait? If you want someone right now in the offseason, you're going to get to work with your second-year quarterback, develop that rapport, and hit the ground running in September. If I'm the Jets right now, that's probably what I want. Because I don't want to waste any time with Zach Wilson as far as him not being able to work with this guy.
I think the best receiver in the draft is Jameson Williams, but he's hurt. If not him, Garrett Wilson is screaming the ultimate playmaker right there.
There has been so much trade speculation around the Jets. The name Deebo Samuel has been kicked about. This was the pick that we thought they might be spotlighting. It has not gone that way. The Jets have made the pick, and here it comes from the commissioner.
With the 10th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the New York Jets select Garrett Wilson, wide receiver, Ohio State.
Garrett Wilson was born to be a Buckeye. Literally, he was born in Columbus, Ohio, before his family moved to Texas. When he was 11, he went to the same high school as Baker Mayfield. Super productive at Ohio State. 143 catches, 23 touchdowns. Played both in the slot and out wide for the Buckeyes, Lewis.
Yeah, you nailed it. Look, in 2020, he was primarily an inside player where he showed great instinct, great toughness, great catch and run. And then in 2021, it was the outside where this guy is an acrobat. And you saw the comparison up there. Lynn Swann, just look at this against Clemson. Look at how high he is up in the air. You saw this at the combine, how he can support his body, how he can take the ball out of the air, had great sideline awareness, always hits his feet inbound. This is Lynn Swann in the Super Bowl. Look, Lynn Swann was one of the great high flyers in the history of the NFL as far as being able to work the sideline, go up and catch the football. Down here in the red zone, where you know it's going to be tight, you're going to have to work in tight quarters. That's where, so I don't even know what to say. That's a ridiculous catch. To catch that ball, to bend that way, catch the ball below your waist. Look at what Lynn's doing here. These guys are like ballerinas, man. They're ballerinas, which just expands their catch radius. If you're Zach Wilson, you're going, hey, Joe Douglas, thank you, my man. Thank you. I'm going to get to work with this guy right now. And Greedy, you know this. I want my quarterback to see the wide receiver open. That means that receiver has to have the ability to separate. He can get separation, and when you get the ball to him, it makes the target easy for the quarterback. Zach Wilson will get a lot of easy throws. His ball skill and his ability to separate this young man.
So, Mel, let's put a quick ribbon on the Jets here. At 4, they take Ahmad Gardner, and here at 10, they take Garrett Wilson. How do you think they did?
I think they did great. I think Garrett Wilson, we say, well, he's not as big as Drake London. He plays as big because of those long arms and the leaping ability and that body control you guys are talking about. I mean, he is amazing at making those acrobatic catches, making the quarterback look good. He'll do that for Zach Wilson. And Brian Hartline, the coaches these receivers at Ohio State. Chris Olave is a professional as well coming out. Brian Hartline's going to be moving up the coaching ranks, okay? Former Ohio State receiver, played very well in the NFL for a period of time. Brian Hartline has a lot to do with the development of these receivers, and Chris Olave won't have to wait long to hear his name called as well.
Shout out to our buddy Dan Orlovsky, who told me last night he thinks Garrett Wilson is the best player in this draft. We'll see how he winds up faring there. Again, it has been a good night for the Jets so far. At 4, they take Ahmad Gardner. He took a funny turn on his way to the stage, but it all worked out okay. And now they take the receiver Garrett Wilson. The Washington Commanders are on the clock, and the draft continues in just a moment here on ESPN.
Something's gotta give, something's gotta give something.
Mom, thank you for all your sacrifices.
Cry.
My mom was always there. My parents have done everything they could to put me in the position I am.
A lot of sports every weekend. His dedication and perseverance will never get
There's never a plan B. I made sure that I'm not going to take no as an answer.
I don't think we're going to have a problem when things start getting really big. There's always home.
To be a running football team, right? You gotta be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
Climb every mountain, swim every
Tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports.
Kiss the people you love. Mark this moment in time. And celebrate every kiss.
Okay, snacks and popcorn are going to be expensive. Let's just accept that. Going to the movies can be a lot for young yards is the tally on first.
Even if you don't have to go, you should try.
We all know where the bathroom is and how to use it. Okay?
You know, students they save money by putting their boat insurance with Progressive.
No one knows who those people are. It can be painful.
And here comes
the first down run got 5.
No. We don't need a code anymore.
Progressive can't save you from becoming your parents, but we can save you money when you bundle home auto and more with us.
No one who made the movies here.
In the past 23 years, I've seen a lot of celebrations.
Proms, birthday parties,
weddings.
The crew, they were just so excited for us.
When they come to celebrate, I feel like it's a celebration for me too, because I get to enjoy it and like be a part of their day.
If Philly Garcia didn't have the fighting spirit to drive his ambition, he never would have left home for LA with only his car to sleep in. If he listened to those who rejected him, he never would have sold that car to pay for his dream. And if he lacked the will to improve his craft, he never would have made a name for himself, lining up some of the biggest names in pro sports. That's the fighting spirit. That's what makes it mine. No doubt, root for those with the fighting spirit.
There's only one reason I'm standing here today. Just for Men Control GX Shampoo. With breakthrough technology that gradually reduces gray for more natural-looking results. All I do is shampoo. It's that easy. Thank you.
If you're loving the NFL Draft on ESPN,
the energy that we're feeling from this crowd is electric.
Then sign up for ESPN Plus to unlock even more exclusive NFL content, like Man in the Arena. If they put me on the field, they're never going to take me off. Peyton's Places.
I brought this jersey for you.
Eli's Places. And exclusive articles, including post-draft grades and analysis. Sign up now at ESPNplus.com/draft.
Welcome back to the 2022 NFL Draft, presented by Courtyard by Marriott.
And they're going to get the timeout called. What a
And let's take a look at Mel's best available, which is brought to you by Guard by Marriott. And Kyle Hamilton, the safety from Notre Dame, as far as Mel is concerned, was the best player who remains on the board right now, followed by Jermaine Johnson, the pass rusher out of Florida State. Jameson Williams, who has the ACO, but spectacularly talented wide receiver, then Dax Hill, and then Chris Olave. So as we were going to break, the New Orleans Saints worked out a deal with the Washington Commanders. The Saints are now on the clock at the 11th pick. They previously had picks 16 and 19 in this first round. We do not have the details on the trade yet. It is obviously a new era here, post Sean Payton, a year removed from Drew Brees. Mel Kiper, in what direction do you think they are going here with moving up aggressively?
Well, the pass offense was non-existent. And obviously, think about what they had with Drew Brees, what they had going there, and you do have receivers here. They like Jameson Williams, we talked about, and Chris Olave, an outstanding all-around safety, and Kyle Hamilton obviously is going to go somewhere in this general area. I had heard they were interested in the left tackle Charles Cross. Trevor Penning's a left tackle out of Northern